Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video explaining some mechanics in this game. Today we'll be going over a couple of things. We'll be going over upgrading items, sharding items, and skill shards and how to do it. So the first thing we're going to start off with is how to upgrade your items. So this is going to cover a basic tutorial on how to do that. Throughout the game you'll run into these NPCs called a scientist. When clicking the scientist, you'll have some options where you could destroy an item for a core, combine items for cores, prepare an item for an upgrade, upgrade an item, etc. So as you play the game, you'll find certain items called cores. These cores have an item level which corresponds to the type of item you're trying to upgrade. Different items have different item levels requiring a core of equal or greater item level to upgrade. Another way to get upgrade cores is you could take extra gear and break it down, which in turn would produce you a core and some other items. While playing the game, you also get these items called transmuters. They can drop. You could also get them from a low chance of breaking down gear as well. Transmuters are used to prepare your item for an upgrade. So now let's try upgrading one of our items. We'll look at this maneuver here. Right now we could try clicking upgrade an item and it gives you a message saying this item needs to be transmuted first. What that means is the items aren't actually prepared to upgrade. So what we have to do there is click prepare an item for upgrade. By doing so, we will end up using one of our transmuters. As you can see, it went down, and then the item itself will become a item +0. This means it's not getting any benefits right now, but if you look in the blue writing, it will tell you what the current benefits is giving for being upgraded, and when you go to upgrade it, upgrade an item, it will tell you exactly what's going to happen. So it tells you if I had this ring in slot number 1, it will go from going from 1% damage increase to a 3% damage increase for being at +1. The other thing you have to do is, so you have to slot in the core that you're looking to use. So we'll just slot in one of these guys. And at this point, it tells you what the success rate is. You have a 10% chance of it doing absolutely nothing, 85% chance of it going up to +1, and a chance of it going -1 or even breaking. Breaking transmute means it just loses the upgrade. It doesn't break the item, it just loses the upgrade. So let's try this. So we could do this. Upgrade succeeded. Now it is a +1 Minerva's here. Let's try upgrading it a couple more times and see what happens. We'll keep using some of these cores. And you can see, every time we upgrade, our success rate becomes lower and lower. And if you look, there's an EXP requirement to this as well, so you gotta make sure you have the correct amount of experience. Okay, so now we're sitting at about a +2, that's pretty good. And now we're like, okay, let's try upgrading one more time. You notice now, your chances are much lower. But don't be too worried about this. You can see there's something that says optional, add an enhancer. These items also drop in game as well. These actually give you an increase in your success rate. So if you drop an enhancer in here, it goes from that 55 to a 65% chance. Now we'll just upgrade it again and see what happens. Oh, it worked. Now let's just keep pounding upgrades in so you can see what happens when it breaks, and see, that's nothing really to worry about. Well, upgrade succeeded again. I'll be wasting all my upgrade luck on this. See? Oh, it failed and has been reduced, so it went from a +5 to a +4. So that's nothing too bad. We could keep going. And you can see going from +4 to +5, it's a 35% success chance, and let's see what happens. Oh, it worked. Wait, reduced again. We'll just try to show you what happens when it breaks. This is a little tedious. Oh, succeeded. Reduced. Reduced. Oh, and yeah, it could break and keep its strength. I mean, do nothing but keep its strength. Right now it's at a +3. Kept its strength. Reduced. There we go. It has failed and the item upgrade has been removed. As you see, the item is still there. It's perfectly fine, but what happens is, it's now back to a regular Minerva's tier. So if I try to upgrade it, does not work. Needs to be transmuted first. So that's the basics of the upgrade system. More about what each upgrade does to an item can be found online. I recommend looking at that. It is really important to upgrade your items. I recommend at least getting everything to +3 as you progress through the game and then aim to go higher. Now the next thing we'll be looking at is sharding items and adding skill shards to items. To do this, you need to go to Himalayas, so you need to progress far enough in the game to do that though. Some of you won't be here yet, most of you are here, but we're just going to do a quick look at this and see how it works. So if you've finished a quest line, you can just walk on into the food shop, talk to the spy master, and have him take you to the frozen body. If you haven't finished a quest line, you'll have to manually run over there. It's not too hard to find, but you'll need to walk there. Now, looking at this NPC, you have a couple of things you can do. You could shard an item. You could create a skill shard slot and insert a skill shard, and then destroy a shard to remove it from an item. So we'll try doing the first one first. We'll look at some gear I have. We'll try to shard an item. So as you're looking at this, it has the item itself, when you see Ven gloves, it says it's shardable, and there's an open skill shard. So there's a couple of things I could do there. So right now we are going to try sharding an item. So we click try to shard, we drag the item in, and we look at this. It requires 4 soul shard fragments, which you will get by playing the game. It's these guys over here. And you look at this, you're saying it has a 20% chance to destroy the item. So that means a 1 in 5 chance the item will disappear, and then a 4 in 5 chance that it's going to get something. So let's try doing this right now. See, I was unlucky and it disappeared. So let's try sharding another glove. See, now it says item option added. If you look at this, where it now says sharded. Whereas if you look at this one, on the side, it says shardable. So now you know it's sharded and what the shard effect does. It adds 300 power. This is a good way to get your character a slight boost in strength, and different items have different shards available. This is something, again, you can look online to figure out which one better suits your character and which one you're going to be aiming for. The sad part is it is complete RNG, so you have to keep trying and hope for the best. Like, we'll try sharding this glove and see what happens. See, shard it. And now we're going to take a look. See, this one's sharded for 400 spirit, whereas this one is 300 power. So even the limits change. Next thing we're going to look at is how to add a skill shard into this. So we're going to try just saying insert a skill shard without looking at it, because we know it has an open skill shard. It says this item cannot be skill sharded. That's because we haven't opened up the slot yet. So to open up the slot, you have to say create a skill shard slot in an item. We'll take these gloves for chance, click them in here, and it will take 4 soul shard skill unslaughters, which are these guys. You'll find these. The best place to usually farm them is in the spaceship. So take a look there and you'll see what happens. So we'll do that guy, and don't mind the spam that's happening right now. I apologize for that. But you see that it now has an open skill shard slot, and so we will try doing it because it says skill shard slot. It doesn't says open a skill shard like these gloves do. So to add a skill shard slot, what are skill shards first of all? Sorry, I didn't explain this, but skill shards are certain perks your character would get to a skill that they are using. Like for example, if I shard this into my item, it will make sure my heal, the filler skill heal, gets an effect called MP regen and stamina regen. I did bring some other shards here, like soul crush and all that, but the thing is you can shard any skill shard into an item, but it will only work for you if the skill shard effect applies to your character. So don't just go sharding anything into anything. So we will try to insert this shard into the item slot now. So we put our item there, we take the shard we would like, and then we apply the skill shard. Now if you take a look at it, you can see everything this glove does for me. So now when I cast the skill heal on Filar, it will also give me MP regen and stamina regen. So it's a neat little effect. You have to look online, you could check what each skill shards are, and that's be another item you need to hunt for your character in game. Now let's go along saying, oh, I really like my current gloves I have, but I don't like the skill shard though. Don't worry, you could fix that. So this last option here that says destroy a skill shard and remove it from an item. So what this does here is we take the item we want. What this is gonna do, it's gonna get rid of the skill shard but preserve my item. I won't keep the skill shard though, that will disappear for good. So if we do this and click OK, we see my item is back with a skill shard slot open still sharded, but it no longer has a skill shard in there. The one thing you cannot change after doing it is these sharded stats. They cannot be changed. There's a feature later on in the game, but for now just assume they cannot be changed. Well, that covers the basics of skill sharding, sharding items, and upgrading items. Hope you enjoyed, and Discord and the website will be great resources for you. Have a good one.